Mr. Hobby PS289. I'm going to do a breakdown and put together in case you ever need to service or maintenance your brush. You'll notice this little coupler on the bottom comes standard, as well as this nylon air hose and fitting on the top of here. This is for your aerosol supplied canned air kits. So if you don't have something like that, the standard fitting of the bottom is just a 1/8. So I guess while I'm here on the bottom, I'll go ahead and remove the air valve components. There's just a little brass screw on the bottom. So all you need is a maintenance tool to get in there, catch that little screw, and those parts will fall right out. Just be very careful when you do so, because sometimes that spring can shoot out the components. Once you do that, you have it's just 3 pieces: your plunger, your spring, and the little brass screw that holds that in place. During packing, you'll also get a little protective cover there as well. Just take that off. I'll remove the fluid reservoir cover and the back handle. This is 2 pieces. This is your fluid control knob. So depending where you set that will determine how far back you can move that trigger. You can take it all together at once or one at a time. Control knob and back handle. Now that will expose the needle and that screw that will hold it in place, your needle chuck screw. If that thing is damaged or not installed properly, that needle won't move back and forth. So once you loosen that, now you can take the needle out. And the screw itself. Now I will grab this part here, the guide, which is also acts as your control lever for your needle as far as tension goes. Depending where you set this forward or backwards will determine how much tension you have on that trigger pull. So I'll give that a little spin, and this consists of 3 pieces. You have your needle chuck with lever on the end. It's attached, then the needle spring and that guide. Now I can take off that trigger itself. There is a shaft on the bottom of their triggers. The 771 is slightly different. Now I can gain access if I ever need to change that packing screw inside the body. Just grab another maintenance tool, reach inside there, feel a little click, and then just start unscrewing it till it comes out. It usually will come out on the tool if you're careful, so it's a lot less likely to lose it. Sometimes it does. Usually when they're new, there's a little packing grease and stuff, so it's a little harder. So here's that screw. Now you can clean it, change that seal, whatever you might need to do. I'm just going to put it back on my tool though. Okay, so there's a MAC valve on the front of this model. This is for a little bit more precision control at the front. Just give that a turn. I have some anti-marring pliers to not damage the finish. And that'll screw right off. Take note, there is an O-ring on there as well. So the front of the brush just consists of that protective air cap. And the air cap itself. That was the protective air cap cover. Be loose. Air cap and the nozzle. Now they do have a wrench provided in the kit, but be very careful using these. They're easily over-torqued and can shear off with no problems at all. So just be very careful when taking that off. I do recommend GSI's maintenance tool for that, or a little bit better premium nozzle tool. But other than that, they just unscrew. Now you can just remove the head unit if you need to. Just give that a little turn with your tool, and then hand as usually does the rest. This is one single component. The only other thing in here to take note of is that O-ring inside the body. Sometimes you need to change that. So there's a breakdown of the brush itself. When I do breakdowns, I do try to keep the parts similar to where I had them when I broke them down. That way I know or remember where everything goes if it's my first time and not too familiar with the brush itself. Okay, so now that you've done whatever you needed to do, it's time to just put it back together. I guess since I have my packing screw, I'll just start with that by putting it back inside the body. Just go till you feel the end, start turning it counterclockwise. You'll feel it catch a little bit, and then just tighten it up. Hand tight is just fine. You want enough where that needle flows freely, but not too tight as well. You want it to move nicely, but still block the paint from getting back on that trigger on your finger. So if you put the needle in and do this and it's not moving, and it has a little tension but not much, it's usually probably good enough. So now that that's in, I'll put the front end back together. I'm installing that head unit. Just hand tight and then a little extra turn with your tool. Now I will put the nozzle back on if I don't lose it. Be very careful with this. Cross threading. There is a little flat spot on that nozzle, so start at the front until you feel it drop down a little further, and then just a little bit more tight, metal to metal, but not too much at all. Now you can take your air cap and put it back on, and your protective crown cap cover. While I'm on the front end, it's time for the mag valve. Just screw that back on and give it an extra little twist. You're all set. I'll go ahead and put the lid back on. And it's probably time for the trigger. Now do take note, there is a little indentation on the bottom of that trigger. You want that facing towards the back of the brush, so it has complete flow and travel with the movement. Now I have the needle chuck in my hand, skinny part facing up on that lever there. That will rest on the back of the trigger. I'll put the needle spring back on, and now I can slide it into the body and rest it on the back of that trigger. And now I can put my tension screw guide back in. Set that wherever you want it, and then install the needle chuck screw just a little bit, not completely, so you can put that needle in a little bit safer. The hole on here is a lot easier to get the needle in without damaging it versus sliding it into the needle chuck first. So just push that in till you feel it hit the end, and that's usually good enough. Now tighten it up and make sure everything's flowing freely. Now you can put the back handle back on and that fluid control knob. Still see some components down here, so it looks like we need to build the air valve. Now the shortest part of this plunger would go in first. Just put that back inside the body. Put that spring over that shaft. Put that screw back on your maintenance tool. And try to line it up over that shaft, all in one little swipe. You kind of go counterclockwise so you feel that click, and now you can tighten it up. Press down on that, make sure that plunger is working well, and you're all set with your new breakdown of the 289. Hope you enjoy your new brush, and if you don't have one yet, get it here at spraygunner.com.